Hey all, Gizmo Mogwai here, and Monster Hunter Wilds has finally dropped, and it has been a really good experience. There are some gripes that I have with the game, and maybe I'll make a video about that later. But for now, I just want to go over some tips about how to play, maybe, for the newer players, or maybe even returning players, little tips that they might not know, or the game doesn't really describe very easily. So tip for number one, capturing endemic life. So you have a capture net on the Monster Hunter. You go ahead and equip it, and you can fire it off, and you can capture endemic life. Like right here, I just captured flash flies. Really easy. You can use it on fish, birds, all kinds of other wildlife. So another tip here is there are smaller type monsters, like insects. You'll see like little critters like lizard type things running around. They're usually about this size, maybe a little bigger, not too small. But you can kill them and you can actually get some carves off of them as well. As you can see here, I killed these little insects here and we're getting some monster parts off of them. These are used for crafting and other sorts of things as well. So, just remember that it doesn't have to always be the big guys. It can be the little guys too. Another tip here is you have some endemic life that you're able to actually consume on the go, like this Wiggly Lich here. This improves your stamina drain, and it's really useful. Another tip is with your slinger, if you target something on PlayStation, it's holding L2, then you can fire the circle. Fire it with circle, you can actually grab the items in the distance. It doesn't work on everything, but like something that's like slinger ammo, or like this fulgurite crystal, if you had been on your bird or just away, you could actually target it and hit it, and it'll grab the materials and bring them to you. So that's a really cool little thing. Like here, I'm doing it on this parashroom. Voila, I got parashrooms. Really nice little quality of life addition that they added. So another neat little addition that they added into this series here is when you're just out, like what we would call expeditions, when you're just out in the wild, you can actually open your map, you can see what large monsters in the area, and you can actually drop a pin on it. And, being on your sacred or your scout flies will actually lead you right to it. So for here, I'm going to be fighting this Chemitrice. I believe that's how it was pronounced. And it doesn't actually start a quest yet, but if you do enough damage on it, then the handler is going to say, okay, by the guild, we have, authorized this hunt. And once the hunt's actually authorized, you can actually start doing a quest hunt for it. Like for this one, since it's going to be in the wild itself like it is, it's going to be a kind of like a investigation, so I'll get bonus rewards for actually doing it too. So as you saw, the quest actually popped up. Now, you can fight these alone, or you can pop the SOS flare. And the nice thing about the SOS flare in this game, and this is something that they kind of started doing in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, is you can pop it, and your quest will be available for other people to actually see and want to maybe join if they need to. But periodically through the quest, as long as it's active, you'll actually have NPCs come in and help join you in the fight as well. So if, say, nobody actually joins your quest, you'll still have NPCs that are helping you out. So it doesn't make you a worse hunter if you're using help, either NPCs or other people. It's just something to help you maybe kill things a little faster. And it's a nice little feature that they added in this game. So as you can see here, I had Olivia and her feline companion join this hunt. And, they're actually NPC controlled, but don't sleep on them. They do work. They do help, and they're just really useful. Another nice little tip that I want to add is whenever you're doing hunts and you get these wounds that are exposed, try to exploit them, because every time you get one of those exposed, and you're able to do the attack, or you just do enough damage that they pop, you get extra materials that drop out of them that are automatically added to you. So that's a really useful feature that they have. One other thing to note is when you have an SOS flare going, as you can see, my feline companion actually just ran away. When there's more than 2 actual physical hunters that have joined the quest, the felines are gone. They go back to camp, and it's just the hunters at that point. There could be a maximum of 4 hunters, or 2 hunters and 2 feline companions. So the next tip I want to talk about is the geologist and botanist traits that you can get. So if you come over here to the blacksmith, there are different armors that, each armor has some kind of different skill that's on it. The ones that we're going to be focusing on primarily is the botanist, and it's going to be geologist. And essentially what these do is when you have these traits active, it gives you extra materials when you're gathering. Botanist is more for the bugs and plants, that kind of stuff that you're gathering, and geologist is for the mining and fossils and stuff of that sort. You can also craft charms and do upgrades on these charms if you want to go that route with them as well. And later on in the video I'm going to show you the difference with the geologist. It's the same with botanists, but the difference in the gathering materials when you actually have these traits active. So I'm setting up myself right now so that I'm going to have no traits active, and I'm going to go to a gathering node. So as you can see, I don't have geologist active on my hunter currently. I hit this mining outcrop, and I'm just going to do 3 gathers, and it's just going to be 1 apiece. It's still good to get, but when you have geologist fully activated when you're hitting a mining node, or it can be bone piles, either one, you're going to actually get ×2 of the materials that are dropped for each one. So instead of 3, you get 6. Very useful for when you're needing to get materials to craft different weapons and gear. Now the last tip that every hunter should know about is, in prior games you used to be able to go to like the canteen and make food, and then it would give you bonus health and stamina, and depending on what other kind of bonuses that you had in there, maybe some extra skills for the hunt. In Wilds, what they've done is now to eat meals you have to go to your tent and you put in the different kind of foods that you have available. You can start out with just a basic meat, plants, or fish kind of a deal, and then you have additional ingredients and then finishing touches. Each will add a little different flavor or different touch, different skills and all that. Bare minimum, especially if you're going out on a hunt that you're not really too familiar with, or they hit hard, at least have the first box filled with something. It'll give you bonus health, it'll give you bonus stamina, and it's just free stats, and it'll help you out. It's really useful, and it's just game changing for a lot of people. And with that, that'll be the end of my tips for, new and returning players to Monster Hunter, especially into Monster Hunter Wilds and some of the differences. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe you learned a little tip or two. If you have any other tips, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below, and as a community, let's see what else we got. Otherwise, happy hunting and good luck. Bye, guys.